On this video, I would like to do Genesis 1:26. I need to do an update and revision of what I had done early on and looking at the grammar along with commentary. We start with reading the text. Vayomer Elohim na'aseh Adam b'tzalmenu kidmutenu v'yirdu b'dgat hayam uva'of hashamayim uba'behema uva'chol ha'aretz uva'chol ha'remes ha'romes al ha'aretz. And God said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the heaven, and over the domesticated beasts, and over all the earth, and over everything, over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. Looking at the vocabulary, we have Adam, meaning man or mankind, Tselem, a noun meaning image, Demut, a noun meaning likeness, and Radah, a verb meaning to have dominion. So the grammar reads, Vayomer Elohim, and God said. We've seen Vayomer many times. It's a cow imperfect third masculine singular from the root Amar with a Vav consecutive. And God said, Na'aseh Adam, let us make man. Notice here that we now come to what we may call one of the climactic sections of this great chapter 1 of Genesis. God said, let us make. Notice the na'aseh comes from the root asa. It is the cow imperfect first person plural from asa. In this particular form, it is called a pei ayin verb. And the ayin here takes a hurried pathak, or a composite shabbat, I should say, a hurried pathak, a hatef pathak. The pathak, or the pathak under the hay then, or under the ayin, shifts under the noon. That occurs in all of the forms in the imperfect like this of the pei ayin verb pattern. The us here, many feel, refers to a plural of majesty. It is as though God is addressing his court as a king. The angels listening, let us make man. But it is just as legitimate, I believe, looking at the idea through New Testament lenses of the Trinity as revealed through progressive revelation. So what a plural of majesty here allows, I believe it also allows for the reality of the Trinity that has always been and is progressively revealed in Holy Writ. Then, B'tzalmenu kidmutenu, according to our image, according to our likeness. Notice here, the be is a preposition. Now, salmenu comes from selim, which is a noun in construct with nu, which is the first person pronominal suffix, let us. And notice here, the next word is kidmutenu. Ke is the preposition as well as nu again, the us. The tsere is a helping vowel here to take us to the nu, which is your pronominal suffix, again, first person plural. Salmu here is a very interesting word. It refers in Akkadian to the statue of a king. We see this in Akkadian cuneiform in the noun salmu. It was a statue of a king that would be set up in a place where he could not be, that would hence represent him. And so here, humankind is created in the salmu, in the shadow or image of the statue, as it were, of God. So we represent him on earth. It's interesting, animals do not speak. Humans speak. Humans reason. In the Targum, for example, it reads, and God breathed into man the breath of life, and man became a speaking being. I think what we're looking at here is the ability to speak and reason. Hence, mankind represents God as his representative or viceroy, as his Salmu over the earth, and man is to be under him and yet given a very high status. Veyirdu continues, and let them have dominion. Notice Veyirdu, Ve is the conjunction and from the form Rada, the root Rada. The final hey here is dropped out in this cow imperfect form, and it's a third person plural. The u here indicative of that. And the vav shows that we're looking, and he shall have dominion. Notice we have a simple shavah rather than a pathak, as in vayomer. So we're looking at the future tense here that needs to be kept, and the imperfect. And so let them have dominion, or they will have dominion. The king is speaking here of humankind. God is king, speaking of humankind. Bidigat hayam uva of hashemayim, over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the heaven. Notice be here is the preposition meaning over, and it is basically from daga. So let mankind, humankind, have dominion over the fish of the sea. Two nouns in construct. Hayam means sea. Ha is the definite article, and yam means sea, over the fish of the sea. Va'u ve'habehema, and over the domesticated beasts, behema meaning domesticated beasts. Uvahol ha'aretz, and over all the earth. Uvahol ha'aretz, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. Notice here the participle haromes, uvahol haremes haromes, is a cow active masculine participle. So upon every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. Notice your holim followed by your tseri is indicative of a participial form, a cow participle, masculine, singular. Notice again the long a vowel is here under the resh, and over everything. Notice the long vowel, I should say, the long o vowel, over everything that creeps, over every creeping thing that is creeping upon the earth. Ha is the definite article over every creeping thing that creeps. And we translate it like the one creeping upon the earth. So, as we're looking at this great text, human dignity is created in man and woman. They rule over the earth. They are God's viceroy. In Enuma Elish, in the Babylonian account of creation, man is just an afterthought. Humans are to do the work that the gods do not want to do. They are just to do laborious work that the gods really do not prefer doing. At best, like I said, they're only an afterthought. But here, humankind represents the pinnacle of God's creation. We as humans, the text is saying, are right under God. We are his representatives. We are to rule over the earth with a benevolent rule representing him and yet under him. And that is what Salmu implies as we look at the meaning of it in the ancient Near East and especially in Akkadian.